Hi, my name is Harjeev Singh.
And I'm Amrit.
This TV series is focused on the Punjabi community.
We'll be focusing on the issues that the Punjabi community faces in both India and Canada. We'll be discussing the barriers that the community has overcome over the past few years and how they continue to progress into society. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
1 a.m. I'm in the south side of my city. Steele's Ave 905, got my homies with me. Big Killer Grim.
Hi, my name is Harjeev Singh and I will be your host of Crossroads of Culture. Today we have a really special guest, SB. We're going to be looking at the art aspect of the culture of Punjabi people, and SB is one of the upcoming artists in the Punjabi community. You as a musician, you have the power to express yourself with your music. How would you express what's going on back home in Punjab? And for those that you don't know, there's a lot of corrupt things going on, such as police brutality to a really extremist perspective, and a lot of innocent people are being locked up because they're spreading awareness about what the government's really doing. That's the main story behind everything that's going on there. And what do you think, SB, about that?
I think it's sad. I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not right because, well, the corruption's everywhere in the world.
Of
really.
course, yeah.
But just the fact that, it's back from where,
our
parents
brother,
are from, and my family is actually residing right now. Mm-hmm. It's crazy and it's sad just because, the people that are trying to voice their opinion,
they're getting locked up for
exactly,
it, right?
They're not able to really do so because, whoever the majority is always going to rule. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad part.
Yeah, and the majority of that state seems to have power in such corrupt ways, right? Like, we can even intersect with Donald Trump and how he's manipulating innocent people and insane people into doing crazy stuff, right? Like, I just heard how he banned all Muslims. Well, he wants to ban all Muslims to immigrate to the States. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
I think that's definitely crazy.
And if he can do Muslim people, which he has no right to, that means he can do basically any type of culture, like any different culture or perspective of people.
Yeah,
right?
I think
that's crazy. What do you think of that?
I think that's not right, the way he's trying to go about things. Because really, how you gonna, say it's one ethnic group, one cultural background, when really, what happened in Cali? I heard what really happened. It was, I don't want to say that, I'm sorry to curse, that I was there, but I heard that it was three Caucasian people, 3 white people. And army jumpsuits.
Okay,
So no one really
knows what exactly.
The media wanted to blow the whole Trump thing up and say that his Republican numbers went up, when really that's just what they're trying to tell us. And again, I don't think it's right, just because you can't just force it down on one group and just say, like, what did Hitler do?
It's true. Yeah.
What did Hitler do? What was Hitler doing? Hitler was, coming down on Jewish people, saying that they're the cause of the problem,
issues,
saying that he wants to wipe them out. What is Trump doing? He's saying that Muslim people are the cause, immigrants are not allowed anymore.
And that goes to not even just Muslim immigrants, because we're looking at cultures and crossroads, and at the end of the day, everyone from different religions are our brothers and sisters. So if one of them is being oppressed, then I think that can definitely affect us. And that's why we're bringing up this topic, because it's them now and it can be us in the future. And we together as immigrants, we need to stand by each other and support each other.
I think people really, they don't take in how
serious.
We're in Toronto, we're in Canada. I
feel
like this is a very blessed land.
Yeah, of course.
I really stress that to the end, because it's a great place to be. We took in a bunch of immigrants, Syrian refugees, so I think that's a good thing. Canada's always been that type of land. We came up on wanting to help people.
Exactly.
So I think that's I've always been that type of person too.
1 a.m. I'm in the south side of my city. Steele's Ave 905, got my homies with me. Big Killer Grim.
Do you ever feel like you can't do anything because it's out of your control, like especially all the corrupt stuff that's going on?
Yeah, it's hard. It's like it's hard to do so much, to especially what's going on over there as one person.
Yeah, it definitely.
You gotta really have a solid, group of people that really want to make the difference, or just really let other people know that the corruption is everywhere, especially back in Punjab, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right.
Like, there's like, when I'm talking about corrupt stuff, like the police there don't hide the corrupt ways. Like, it's just out in public. And the thing is that
it's very public. Policemen get paid off.
They get paid off, and it's not
crazy,
like here where it's somewhat you're hiding it. And the thing I want to bring up again is it's so corrupt there that it affects the culture of people, right? Like, I've seen a meme on the internet saying, how come every time a police officer's around, I don't feel protected, but I feel scared? And that's some real stuff, because as the whole ideology of police and policing, it's supposed to protect you, but it's not.
With no effort, I'm a king. Don't be messing with some gestures. I'm shooting like Kyle Korver. When I rap like this, it's over. Obstacles, I'm jumping over. If you niggas hating still, I'm taking out the steel.
This brings up another topic. There was actually a young person who got the chance to be on BBC in England to talk about the issues of Punjab, and the reporter ignored every fact he had mentioned and cut him off and didn't recognize this. And a lot of people back home are saying that how come none of this stuff is covered in the mainstream media until recently, until terms have been like just crazy. Like why do you think that is? It's from being a musician and someone that's part of media. What do you think, at least, right? Like,
for that, well, first of all, that reporter is
crazy.
should lose their job.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, they don't. You know what I mean?
If they're not gonna listen to what people actually have to say, like, if they're not gonna ask the fact-finding questions and care about what people actually are going through, again, back to the police brutality, though. Sorry to stray away from what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Look at what's happening in the States and in Baltimore. Police brutality is a real thing. I see a lot of videos online of people getting hit,
and it's
just for looking
day.
like a suspect.
Yeah, and it's every day. It's
like a policeman just wants to be able to go back with someone just to say that
they did something.
This is the culprit. I saw a crime. I got a victim. I'm gonna put him behind, but I did my job. Throw away that's it. But it's not always that. Like, you gotta know what is really going on. Don't just be ignorant, man.
Yeah, and that's another thing, right? Especially in the community of struggles that Punjabi people face, right? They do face police brutality, and they do face certain acts of brutality, and it's not covered by the mainstream media, right? And I think that's because there's so much stuff that's going on in the world right now that's terrible that people, it's hard to put things in perspective, I guess, right? But still, I think having a voice for the voiceless is something really important we need to stress on.
Damn, listen, I'm reminiscing, inserting a different clip, and I'm killing beats like a murder crime. And she knows she a dime. She finna bust it, I'm finna crush it. It's never nothing. My homie got the trap back. We finna get it jumping. SB, I'm a monster. The money got.
How does all this impact your future music? Like, now that you're hearing stuff about this, like, does this change your perspective of, writing the way you write rhymes? Like, is this something you're gonna incorporate in your music?
Yeah, I'm always gonna have my style of music.
Of course.
And how I like to, make songs or what I wanna rap about or whatever. But yeah, I think it's definitely important for artists to know that if you have a following and you have people that like to hear your voice and like to hear your music, they're gonna listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
And if I wanna make a difference on my music, definitely I'm gonna have to, have a good message in the music. Just make sure people know that, you don't have to be ignorant, and you don't have to be disrespectful to one another, and you don't gotta, just care about yourself.
Yeah,
and you don't have to be all ignorant and jump around and care about, this stuff, stuff that's not important really, that is in life. I really want my music to, first of all, let people know where you're from, where I'm from.
So where are you from? Like in terms of like Toronto, GTA area, where are you from?
I reside I like to bang Steeles Ave.
Steeles Ave, okay.
But yeah, I live in Southside Markham.
Okay.
I went to a school called Middlefield. We went there together.
Yes, we did. I remember, and the stories you're talking about, like in terms of music growing around you, like I was fortunately one of the people around that seed, right? Because we were like both artistically inclined, right? Like we had that mind state, right? And it's actually been a pleasure seeing you progress as an artist. I remember back in high school where it was a little different, and now where it's a little bit different again, right?
Exactly,
and I think being a Punjabi person, that that gives you a unique character trait, right? Because you're bringing hip hop and then you're bringing diverse hip hop, right? Regardless of what you're about, it's just something that's there, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that's what the show's about, right? Showing how diversity is beautiful, regardless of if you're Punjabi, Muslim, or whatever. At the end of the day, we're all sisters and brothers, right? And that's something we need to stress on, especially nowadays, where the world isn't in its best place, and we need to, as individuals, work together and make it better, right?
You're right, man.
Yeah.
Came a long way from MCI, man.
Which was our high school, Middlefield Collegiate.
So
what's your social media so people can get in contact with you, or want to listen to your stuff? Like, what's your SoundCloud?
My SoundCloud is SoundCloud.com/SB905.
905. What else do you want to like?
You can follow me on Twitter.
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is _SteelsAv.
Okay, and what's your
my Instagram? If you want to go ahead and follow me on Instagram is _Sukhbir B. So
there you go. That's
follow me on Instagram.
Follow him for his latest music and upcoming stuff. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yep.
All best in the future.
Yep.
And God bless you. Everyone stay blessed.
Yep.
And thanks for watching.
Thank you. This is your host, Sukhbir Singh, concluding the two-part series with our special guest, SB. Me and SB have talked about the two different cultures of music that intersect with each other and how they impact societies all across the world, wherever music and culture is. Stay tuned for next week's episode, as I will be bringing in a special drum that has influenced Punjabi culture throughout India.